Hey friends, welcome back to my channel. Welcome back to another video. Today I thought it'd be fun to sit down and chat with y'all. I asked y'all over on Instagram if y'all had any questions for me, and let's just chat. So that's what we're gonna be doing today. I burnt my finger as I was curling my hair this morning and it hurts so bad. I've been trying, I've not perfected it yet, but I have been trying to curl my hair with a curling or a flat iron. And so I'm still working on it because I'm not the best with it. I've never been the best with it, but I've just been trying to do something different. So I've got my coffee here. I shared this coffee in a vlog probably a few vlogs ago, but it's also, if y'all don't follow me on Instagram, go look on my Instagram. I shared a reel on how to make this. This is my favorite way to make coffee at home. Anyway, so I've got some questions over on Instagram and let's chat. The kids are napping. Hopefully I don't wake them up by talking. They're going to hopefully nap for a while. So let's try to get through as many of these and hopefully make this like kind of a longer video. Okay, so the very first, and let me also say, if I don't answer your question, either maybe I didn't get to it or some things that people ask, I just like to keep private. My kids are getting older. Some of the kids' friends watch my videos, and there's just things that I like to keep private, and I know that most of y'all respect that. So, okay, first question, how did you get started with your YouTube? Honestly, I learned everything myself. I got on YouTube and searched videos about it. How do I edit a video? How do I make a thumbnail for a video? How do I upload? What are the right settings for everything? Like, I literally learned it all myself just by researching it myself. Nobody showed me how to do it. And then honestly, I just stayed consistent. I think when you start out on a YouTube channel, find the kind of videos you want to make and stay consistent with it. Don't go months without uploading and come back. Just got to stay consistent and find videos that are searchable, and or even just find videos you want to do. I do all sorts of videos. So yeah, just research it and you just gotta get started. I researched it and I'm like, let's film it was actually, Delaney was 2 when we started this channel. We kind of, Ethan and I like cringe at some of my old videos, but we both kind of vlogged some back in the day, and it was I just filmed, and once I filmed my first video, I learned to edit it, I learned how to upload it, and then just went from there. I kind of started out like vlogging each day, and then it turned into just my channel, which it is now. Ethan's in it sometimes, and just turned into different things. So yeah, you just got to get started with it, and you'll learn as you go. How do you stay calm and patient with 4 little ones? How do you always stay so positive? Love watching your videos. Just lots of questions like that. And I think it's just one of those things, like, even I look at other people on Instagram or YouTube, and I'm sure their life is not as perfect as it seems. And I'm not always patient. I'm not always patient with my kids. I'm not always positive. But I'm not going to come on here and show all that on the... I'm not going to come on here and show my kids misbehaving or show some of my bad days. Like, I just like to show positivity on here, and those are just things you're really not going to see. Not to say that I'm trying to show that I don't have those days, because I think everybody has those days. But I'm not always patient with my kids. I'm not always calm. I work on that every day. I ask for forgiveness from my kids often when it is needed. I think that's so important. What's something you do for yourself every day in the busy season you're in? I can't think of one specific thing. It used to be I would work out. I'd get up and work out in the mornings. I'd work out during nap time. Sometimes I'd work out at nighttime after the kids went to bed. And I really just need to get back into that, because I just felt so good when I was working out consistently. And I'll be honest, it's been, I don't even know how long. It's been a few months since I've really just worked out consistently. I know I saw another question about my Mix fitness bike. I would use my spin bike to work out and do workouts on the bike and off the bike, and if I still like that and if it's worth it. I think it is a great option. I've just got to get back to it. I have everything I need here. I don't know what that noise was. something in my kitchen. I have everything I need here. It's just, I have had no motivation to do that. I've been really good with my diet. It's just the exercise has not. I've had no motivation to do it, but I love the Mixed Fitness bike. I think it is a wonderful option at home. I still pay monthly for it. I pay every single month for it. I think it's $30 a month that I pay, and I just hadn't been using it. So if you got any tips to help me get back motivated, I know even when you're working out, you're not always going to stay motivated. You just got to keep pushing through it. But that's something that I really want to work on soon, is getting back into it. I think for my like mental health, I think it's so good for that, and not only physically but mentally it's really good. So yeah, but anyways, getting back to the question, I would say it used to be that, but my kids are really good about nap time. Millie still takes really good naps each day. Callan takes really good naps each day as well. He can take a easy each day a 3-hour nap, and so that allows me to sit down and rest for a few minutes. It allows me to get work done. I'm sitting here filming a video during nap time, or it allows me to edit. It allows me to just get some work done around the house. It allows me some days to just get ready for the day, because I don't always do that in the mornings. A beauty product I can't live without. I don't know if it's talking about like one specific brand, like one specific like skincare product. I just can't think of one. I think skincare is so important, and I love my Dime Beauty skincare. I think their products are so good, and I think just skincare, especially I'm in my 30s now, I think that is so important for me to stay consistent with. So I love Dime Beauty products. I don't know. Do you count everything, including every plate? So if you're new here, I follow the WW plan. I share lots of videos about that. So I don't count my coffee. That's like the only thing I don't count each day. Now I am drinking an afternoon coffee, and usually with my afternoon coffee that counts as like my afternoon snack, and I do count my afternoon one, but whatever I drink in the morning I don't count. But for every plate, sometimes it is hard to count every plate, but most weeks they have good options that should be pretty low in points. Like last week, one day, I think I shared that meal on here, we had steak, potatoes, and green beans, and that was pretty low in points. So every plate is very affordable. I love it for that. And honestly, I just make it work because it's just such an affordable option. I love sharing that with y'all. So I just make it work and just try to choose the best options and try to keep it in my budget for even the options that are not the healthiest. How do I manage kids' clothing? We have 4 kids in one room and there's no space. So I'm curious, you have 4 kids in one room. Do y'all have like bunks? Is that how y'all do it? I'm just curious. We had thought about, and even the girls like entertained this idea over the summer. Delaney was like all down for it, like doing triple bunks for the girls. I know it probably only lasts a couple of years, especially as the girls get older. But Delaney's has the biggest room. All of the bedrooms, the kids' bedrooms are pretty smaller, but Delaney's is the biggest. We have it that way. I'm kind of getting sidetracked. We have it that way because every weekend the kids have sleepovers in her room. Her bed pulls out into a king size bed, and so we just need that space in there for when the girls do have sleepovers. But I think eventually we might switch the girls' rooms. Delaney have the smaller one, and Ren and Millie have the bigger one. But as far as their clothing, so we've got a dresser for them, and we utilize their closet space as well. So usually we hang up any of their nicer tops in the closet. We hang up any dresses in the closet. Then we use their dressers for like pajamas, underwear, leggings, like kind of play tops that are not as nice that I, just kind of just fold in their drawers. So yeah, I feel like we have a pretty good space for that. And then like seasonally, I need to do this because it is kind of getting cold, but they still wear like their short sleeve and sometimes shorts even right now. Seasonally, I just kind of go through and see the things that we need to keep and the things that we'll donate, the things that I'd like to put in storage for, like Delaney, like Ren may wear one day, or Millie may wear some of Ren's stuff one day. So like switch it out, and that is such a process. If you have kids, y'all know what a process that is each season, switching those out. But I was going to do this last weekend, and then we had sickness and I just wasn't able to. I was going to go to storage and grab the kids the bins that we have clothes in, so that way I can see what each kid can wear this year from like last season or the previous seasons. Like, can Millie wear any of Ren's old stuff, or can Ren wear any of Delaney's old stuff? So I gotta do that soon, because I know there's at least some things in there that they can wear. I am trying to keep this coffee on my finger because my finger hurts where I burnt it. Do I still love WW even though it is the new personal points program? I do, just because it's what I know and it's what I've always done. So yeah. This is a good one. How do you keep mealtime exciting each week for your family? Our kids are picky. My kids are picky too. And there is some days that I make a meal and my kids hardly touch it, or whatever protein I make, they're like, I'm not eating that. So if I know 100% it's something my kids are not going to eat, I try to have, like for instance, we're going to have steak one day this week. So I know that Ren will not eat steak. Well, she prefers like chicken nuggets over steak. She'd probably eat steak. I know that Millie's not going to eat steak. I have chicken nuggets as well as a backup. So I'll throw a few chicken nuggets in the air fryer, and then we'll have corn and potatoes and rolls with it. And so they'll maybe sometimes have a different protein than we do, or but my kids are very picky as well. I mean, they're like, when I make soups and things like that, most of the time my kids don't eat it, honestly. So any tips for me? I'd love to know. But I know it's kind of just a stage, and I know that as they get older, I think mealtimes will be a little bit easier. Plan to get any pets? We have no plans to. Do the girls' school go through high school? It does, so they can go all the way through 12th grade. How do I handle cheat days now? Still cheat all day, or just have a cheat meal? I actually just have a cheat meal now. So I've just kind of had to get to that point because I've just kind of gotten down to a certain weight, and now like I've got to work harder to get the rest off. And so now, instead of having like a whole Saturday off, at least this is most of the time. It depends on what we're doing, because sometimes it's a little bit harder if we're gone all day or something. But usually I'll stay on track for my breakfast and lunch on Saturday, and then I'll have a cheap dinner and usually dessert too. You're gonna have any more children to add to your gorgeous family? So many of y'all ask that, and I feel like I haven't answered this question in a while. I know I've always said, especially when we lost our babies several years ago, I've always wanted 4 kids. I think when I was pregnant with Callan, I was still like, 4 kids, I think I'm probably done. And then now that he's almost a year, he's a year and a half as in just a few days. Is that not crazy? Like a year and a half. He's almost 18 months old. I can't believe it's been a year and a half since I've been pregnant. Like, I feel like this year and a half has just flew by. But I think, I just don't know. I feel like it's hard to say that chapter is completely closed for me. I also can see us having one more. Not anytime soon. I'm not planning to get pregnant anytime soon. In fact, we're preventing that. So we're not planning that anytime soon. But I feel like maybe in the future, I think it's possible that we may have one more. Like I said, I'm not sure. I feel like I can see us with one more. But yeah, I feel it's been so long since I answered that, and it's hard for me to answer just because I don't know. I mean, I'm content with my 4, but in the future, in a few years, maybe we'd have one more. I guess we'll see. Are you going to do a grocery haul today? I did go do a grocery haul yesterday. I don't know if that'll be up before this video or after. How do you budget, and can you do a video on that? I'm not the best with budgeting, honestly. I know I shared a few videos ago about Rocket Money, and they have really great options. It's a really great app to use to keep track of your money. I truly use that app. I think it's just a great app. Where did I find my clear containers for your fruit and vegetables in your fridge? I will try to remember to link those below. If I didn't, you can remind me. Those are from Amazon though. How do I like the Morphe palette compared to the Tarte? So for years I've used the Tartelette and Bloom eyeshadow palette, and recently I got, it was an Ulta 21 Days of Beauty sale. It's a Morphe palette. There's several different colors, and I pretty much like it exactly the same. I think it's great. I bought it for $10. I think it's usually $20. It's wonderful. I love it. Have I reached my WW goal? I have not reached that yet. I think if I could lose about 15 more pounds, I'd be very happy with that. between 10 to 15. But honestly, like I still struggle. I feel like obviously I've had, when I was at my lowest weight before I got pregnant with Millie, obviously I've had 2 more babies since then. I feel like I look just completely different, even though I'm not super far away from that lowest weight. I still feel like don't feel my best still. And so I say at least probably 12 to 15 more pounds, and I will probably be probably 15 where I'll be pretty happy. Best places to buy baby boy clothes. I like seasonal stuff. There's like a few boutiques that I follow. Our Marina Cole Clothing is actually one of them, and they're all the time doing like discounts and stuff if you look on their Facebook page. I love like the boy rompers that they have like seasonally, even for my girls, like seasonal clothes. I love Gap and Old Navy for Callan. I think H&M has some really cute things. Walmart actually has some really cute things. And Target. I shop at Target a lot for him too. Kids Christmas present ideas or spouse gift ideas. Usually Ethan and I don't do really any like big gifts to each other. Sometimes we might do something small. We usually just focus on the kids and then whoever else we have to buy for in our family. And last year did we get anything for each other last year? I can't remember. But we went to Disney right after Christmas last year. So I don't have any ideas for spouses. And let me know any like kids gift ideas that your kids are asking for, especially if you have kids around my kids' ages. I guess they ask for like a couple things, but like not a lot. So if you have any ideas, anything new that I might not know about, let me know. How did you implement a solid bedtime routine? She has 3, 5, and under, and we're struggling. I just think that, so right now in our season, we have a lot going on in the evenings compared to even just a few months ago. So a couple of days a week, Delaney has ball. One day a week, Ren has dance. We have church one day during the week. So those days, it's really tough to have a good bedtime routine. But also on those days, I try before, like if I know we're going to be home a little bit later than normal, I try to have my house clean. I try to have everything picked up. We try to make sure, even if we're able to, make sure, like get the kids' bath early in the day. Like when they get home from school, go ahead and get in the bathtub and get it over with. So I don't have to worry about that when we get home. But a big thing for us lately, especially when we have church or sports or whatever, is getting this house clean before we leave. So the kids help pick up the living room. We try to get the kitchen as clean as possible, especially if we eat dinner beforehand. And then it's just being consistent. Start early if you need to. It's been tough, especially during the summer. It's just so nice outside. Like we were like, we just want to stay outside for longer. And even though we had 4 kids to get in the bathtub and get baths, I think start early if you need to. Be consistent with it. We used to be very strict with our bedtime routine. The kids were in the bed by a certain time. Very strict with it. But now it just depends each day on what we have going on. But the kids are also really good about going to bed once it is bedtime. So a few people want to know more about how Ethan and I met. So I know I've answered this before, and if I answer questions multiple times, like in the past videos, if I've answered the same questions, I apologize. I just don't know. I can't remember. It's been a while since I've done one of these. So Ethan and I met when I was in high school. He was taking college classes. He went to a community college. We worked at a grocery store, a local grocery store, and when we met, or whenever we first started working there, I was dating somebody else. I mean, I was like 16. He was too, but obviously those didn't work out. And then he would like talk to me sometimes at work, and like it's funny because I just remember the night he texted me, and it's funny because I left work that day knowing that like I'm pretty sure he's interested in me, and I was like, I think he's gonna find a way to like get in touch with me, and he did. I actually went home that night and I got a text message from him saying, hey, this is Ethan. And that's just how it started. We started talking then. We went on dates then, and it just, I might have been 17 when we started dating. Was I 16 or 17? And he was 18 or 19. And that's how it started. New mom here, what is the best or absolute must baby item for after baby is born? For after baby is born, if I can recommend one baby product, and it is pricey, but my number one baby product is the Doona. If you're able to get that, 100% recommend it. I cannot speak more highly of the Doona. If you don't know what the Doona is, it is a car seat / stroller in one. If we have another baby in the future, I've actually kept our Doona because it is pricey, and I'm like, maybe we'll have another one in the future, and I don't want to get rid of it because it's $550, however much it is. But I cannot recommend how convenient that thing is. I can't recommend it enough. I have a 1-month-old. When will it get better? I know the baby stages are tough. They're like so exciting little baby stages, and I miss that with mine. I remember after I had Callan, honestly, I felt very overwhelmed for a while. I don't know if you could really tell that on here or not, or on Instagram or wherever you follow me. I was very overwhelmed for a while. Of course, I had 3 other ones, and I also was very busy with YouTube stuff. So Callan was born in April, and then I feel like it was kind of slow the first few months, but when he was towards the end of last year, like Q4, I had a very, very busy season, and I was overwhelmed like having a newborn, and I had signed on for so many things, for work things, sponsorships, videos I needed to get done. I remember there was a time I felt overwhelmed all the time. So I understand, like, sometimes those baby stages are really tough, and it does get easier. It gets easier as the baby gets older. As Callan got a little older, he wasn't as fussy, and he would play more often and didn't nurse as much. And so yeah, it definitely gets easier. Hang in there, because it truly does get easier as they get a little bit older. How did I grow my channel? I've kind of talked about that. How long did it take to make a living on it? In the beginning, for the first few years, I didn't make much off of it. Well, I say first few years, maybe it's the first couple of years. And then I used to work as a preschool teacher. Delaney went to the preschool, and then when Ren was born, I worked there after she was born as well for a little bit. And then I just knew, it wasn't long after Ren was born, I was working there. I knew that I wanted to pursue YouTube full time. I was making just as much, if not more, each month doing YouTube as I was working at the preschool. And because I was working part-time, it's something that I feel like I couldn't pursue full-time because I was also working part-time and had kids. And so the point that I was like, I am replacing my income, I decided to go ahead and step back from that. I still sent the kids to the preschool, and they loved it. And I was able to do more videos and pursue it more, and I was able to see even more of a growth after that. And it was the best decision for us. What brand of leggings do I have? From Sam's. Those are my favorite leggings. They're $10. They're called the Zen leggings. How's Delaney and Ren doing at school? They are doing wonderful. From what I've been able to tell, they're both thriving. Ren's in kindergarten, so there's not been a whole lot of, like, I guess, grading yet. They did have report cards come home, so hers is a little bit more laid back than Delaney. Delaney's 3rd grade year has definitely been tough. It's been a lot of work, a lot of tough work. They use the Becca program at their school, which, if you know much about the Becca, it's kind of more an advanced program. And it's become a lot. She's got tests every single day. She's got a history test one day. She has a science test one day. She has a math test one day. She has spelling one day. She has phonics, language one day. It is a lot. She's studying every single day when she comes home. She wakes up in the morning, sits at the dinner table, and also studies. She's a really good student, and really, I feel like, just works hard. And then Brienne don't have much each day. She comes home with like a little worksheet, like a writing worksheet or something we do. But so far, kindergarten, they're just kind of have a little bit of work when they come home each day. For the most part, everything's done at school. But they're both doing great though, and so far it's been a really good year. What's my favorite thing to do with my kids? get outside and play, go to the park. I enjoy that. Seasonally, I love going to the pumpkin patch, and we've been to one this year, corn-based pumpkin patch, and we're trying to make time. We've got a busy rest of our month. We're trying to make time to go to one more. When will Millie start school? Honestly, I was gonna try to put her in preschool this year if she got off the wait list, but she didn't, and it's been good. I'm glad that I didn't put her in the preschool. So I think we'll just work with her at home, and I think she'll probably just start in kindergarten. That could change. I guess it'll depend. Next year she would be like in a pre-K grade. So I guess we'll kind of see just kind of how the rest of this year goes and kind of decide from there. Where is our next vacation to? We're actually going to the Great Wolf Lodge this weekend. We're very excited. I will actually be vlogging that. And then possibly, so Ethan and I's 11-year anniversary is coming up in a couple weeks, so the end of the month. So we are possibly going to go out of town for our anniversary next weekend. So it'll be 2 weekends in a row we'd be out of town. I'm still not sure. We haven't booked anything. We're still trying to decide if we're going to go, or we may wait till sometime in November just because we have such a busy month. Great Wolf Lodge, and then possibly we might go to the mountains for our anniversary. If we do, it's just a couple of nights we'll go. How do I do it all with 4 kids, keeping the house clean, laundry, grocery shopping? I don't do it all. Ethan is so very helpful around the house. He comes home and does stuff with the kids. He helps clean. He does laundry. We're like a team effort here. Because I am at home all day, but I also, like, some days, like yesterday, I had work stuff to do, and so I try to just get it done in between whatever I have going on that day. And I think my motivation just comes from, I've got 4 kids. This stuff has to get done. I can't stand for my house to be messy come the end of the night. And I just know it's got to get done. So whatever extra time I have, I'm going to get some laundry done, clean that kitchen or something. And I know if you're work outside the home, I know it's even tougher for you. And so I can imagine doing it all and also working outside of the home. But I don't do it all. We're a team effort. We don't do it all every day. We just do the best we can. Ever tempted to try any other weight loss programs? I feel like I've been kind of stuck lately. I'm starting to see a little bit of a change, especially since I've dropped my whole cheat day that I was having. I have thought about it, but I just know Weight Watchers. I know that it works, and I've been doing it so long that I think it's just hard to actually make that change. How do I curl my hair? It's always so pretty. Thank you so much. So for the longest time, I used a curling wand because that is the only thing I knew how to use to curl my hair. I cannot use a curling iron. I want to be able to use a curling iron. I just can't do it for some reason. And I've thought about just buying like a cheaper one and practicing. But lately, I've been trying to do my flat iron, and I've been pretty successful with it. It's not perfect. I am still working on it. It does not look the best. My hair holds the curl better with the flat iron versus a curling one, though. Like curling one, by the end of the evening, usually my hair's flat, and so the straightener does better as far as my hair with holding the curl. Okay, I think that's actually going to do this video. So I hope y'all enjoyed chatting with me, and don't forget to follow me on Instagram, because that is usually where I'll either sometimes I do an Instagram Q&A, or I'll ask me questions for YouTube. So if you're not following me on Instagram, go give me a follow on Instagram, and I'll see you guys soon for another video. Bye.